This is a book that's for the marketing community. It's all about the marketing community, and it's been written by the marketing community. It's a book of 12 questions with 12 chapters and with input from no less than 220 marketing leaders. All of the proceeds from the book go to the NHS Charities Together to support NHS workers and volunteers who've been impacted by COVID-19 all across the country. Just what inspired you to write this book?
My personal motivation for wanting to do this is it all kind of emanates from my family's own lockdown experience. So my wife Rachel is a doctor, as is my sister, and therefore I got to hear about the sheer horror of the situation that they and their colleagues were facing into on a daily basis. And the way this community pulled together was, it was humbling.
When you have an idea, always speak up, even or especially, I would say, when it differs from the most senior people in the room. Because what I've come to understand is that if no one else is saying what you're thinking, then either you have a distinct capability for original thinking, culminating in a truly unique idea, or you have the courage to share it. And either way, in presenting a diverse point of view, you are bringing tremendous value to the table.
Through Sky, drifted very slowly into the marketing team. And my advice actually that I would give to my kind of younger self at the time would be to have done that faster. So if anyone thinks they want to get into marketing, but thinks, oh, I don't really have the background for it, so just ask, get involved and go straight into it. And like a lot of people, just learning through experience, I went into it thinking that everybody else must have been taught all this stuff, but that's not true at all. You just get involved and start doing it.
The minute I was aware that there was a career where you could spend your time understanding deeply what drives human beings to make the choices that they make, I was kind of all in. There's a great quote that I love by visionary director Stanley Kubrick that says, the truth of a thing is in the feel of it, not the think of it. One, have the courage of your convictions. The reality is there is a shortage of original ideas and brave thinking in marketing. Be brave, think long-termist, think about the fact that no customer is thinking about your business to the extent that you are. So think more like the customer and less like the people who are inside the four walls, and do something a bit different.
Tom, what do you love about marketing?
What's not to love, I suppose. As I kind of said, and a few people have said, it's, for me personally, it's a great combination of the skills that I have and enjoy. So being kind of analytical and creative. I think the people that work in the industry are really interesting too. And in a given week, I'll be, with my insight team, then I'll go out, maybe to the media agency, then to the advertising agencies, then maybe in the middle of a production. It's just so much variety. So it's all great fun, basically.
It really goes a long way to prove that there is no right in marketing. Rory says, the thing I love most about marketing is the thing I hate most about marketing, and that's the fact that there is no right answer.
The last two questions are, what's your favourite campaign of all time? Which 3 brands do you most admire? And what one piece of advice would you give to marketers?
Favorite campaign, there's many campaigns I like, but I've chosen this one because it's different than many other campaigns. Do you know when Red Bull sent that guy to space and then that guy jumped from the rocket, and I honestly thought that was not possible, the guy was going to die. I think that's just brilliant marketing. It's definitely a very expensive marketing campaign, but it's very expensive in such a different way. So that's one of my favorite marketing campaigns.
Favorite campaign? Well, I like campaigns that are memorable 10 or 20 years later. And so for me, the Levi's adverts of the sort of 80s and 90s, I still remember those. The favorite brands, it's sort of similar to what Ines said, brands that are able to grow without traditional advertising. Red Bull, great example. Gymshark's another ones. You probably read a lot, I would say. You can read a lot and learn a lot in this industry.
I love the brands that are fundamentally questioning the notion of average, because no one is average. I think Dove did it really well with Real Beauty, but I love seeing the brands like Universal Standards out there and Third Love out there. Admire brands that use data to gain deep insight into humans and then leverage that insight in a deeply human way. So I think Spotify does that really, really well, as they've done, for example, in their data-driven out-of-home campaign. brands, but that organizations and movements that are tackling unconscious bias and are fighting important battles that too many have assumed were already won. So lean in. Black Lives Matter, the ACLU, the 3% conference are brands that I tremendously admire.
Now, I'd just like to ask Joel to just give us a quick reminder of what this is all about, when the book's out, where we can buy it from and that kind of thing. Joel, over to you.
Excerpts from Experts. It will be available for you to buy at the end of this week. You will find 5,000 years of marketing experience in a single book. There has never been another book like it. To everybody, thank you so much for your contributions. It's been just amazing.